G'day, Bruce here. If you are over 55 and you open your superannuation statement, you probably feel like you're reading ancient Greek. You've got 50 pages of graphs, pie charts and market outlooks that basically say a whole lot of nothing. It is bloody exhausting trying to figure out if you're actually going to be okay or if you'll be eating home-brand crackers for the rest of your life. Everyone is shouting about the stock market crashing or interest rates moving, but they are missing the forest for the trees. Today, I'm cutting through the noise and telling you the only things that actually move the needle for your super balance right now.
Most of what you see on the news is just distraction. It's designed to keep you clicking and keep you panicking. But if you have 5 to 10 years left before you pull the pin, panicking is the most expensive thing you can do. You need to focus on the levers you can actually pull, not the ones the politicians are fighting over. If you want to support an old bloke making these videos, click that join button below and join the inner circle. It helps keep the lights on and the BS levels low.
The first thing that actually matters is your investment choice. Now, don't roll your eyes. Most Australians are stuck in the balanced or My Super default option. The super funds love this because it's easy for them. They stick you in a bucket that is roughly 70% growth assets and 30% defensive assets, and they call it a day. But here is the kicker. Is balanced actually right for a 58-year-old in 2026? Maybe not. If you're too conservative too early, you are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because you're scared of a little bit of movement. On the flip side, if you're 64 and you're 100% in high growth, one bad month in the market could delay your retirement by 3 years. You need to look at your asset allocation today, not tomorrow, today. It is the engine under the hood of your supercar. If the engine is wrong, it doesn't matter how much petrol you put in, you aren't getting to the destination. But wait, it gets even more interesting when you look at the fees these default funds are slugging you. If you're finding this helpful, hit that join button to help me keep these deep dives coming.
Let's talk about fees, because this is where the banks and the big funds really take the mickey. Most people think, oh, it's only 1%, what's the big deal? Mate, 1% is a massive deal when your balance is $500,000. If you have $500,000 and you're paying 1.5% in total fees, that is $7,500 a year disappearing. Over 10 years, with loss compounding, that is nearly $100,000 of your retirement gone to pay for some CEO's new yacht.
You need to look for the indirect cost ratio and the admin fees. If you are paying more than 0.5% to 0.7% total, you are getting ripped off. It is like paying for a premium steak and getting a soggy meat pie from the servo. There are high-quality industry funds and low-cost providers out there that will do the same job for a fraction of the price. Every dollar you save in fees is a dollar that stays in your pocket and earns its own interest. That is how you win the game. Now here is a rehook for you. Most people think the only way to grow their super is to hope the market goes up. That is dead wrong. The most powerful tool you have right now is the taxman's own rules. In 2026, the concessional contribution cap is your best friend. If you are earning a decent crust and you aren't salary sacrificing into super, you are basically handing the ATO a tip that they didn't ask for and don't deserve. By putting extra money into super before tax, you're only taxed at 15% instead of your marginal rate, which could be 32% or 45%. You are making an immediate return on your money before it even gets invested. It is the only legal free lunch left in Australia. If you have a spouse who isn't working or earns less, look into spouse contributions or contribution splitting. It is not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep.
I see so many blokes my age who are terrified to put money into super because they think it's locked away. This is the biggest myth in the country. If you are 60 and you change jobs or retire for even a day, you have met a condition of release. That money is yours. It is not the government's money. It is your money held in a low-tax environment. Understanding your preservation age is what actually matters. If you're over 60, the tax on your super withdrawals is zero. Zip. Zilch. Why on earth would you keep money in a standard bank account where you pay tax on the interest when you could have it in a tax-free pension account? It's like choosing to stand in the rain when there's a dry umbrella right next to you. Let me tell you a story about a bloke I knew. Let's call him Bluey. Bluey was 62, had 400k in super, and he never checked his statement. He just assumed the experts were looking after him. Well, Bluey was in a retail fund with high fees and a conservative investment mix because he told them 10 years ago he didn't like risk. While the market was growing at 10%, Bluey was making 3%. After fees and inflation, he was actually losing money in real terms. He thought he was being safe, but he was actually committing financial suicide by being too careful. By the time he realised, he had to work until he was 70 just to make up the gap. Don't be Bluey. Being safe is often the riskiest thing you can do when inflation's eating your buying power.
If you want to make sure you're not a Bluey, consider clicking the join button to support the channel. It helps me stay independent so I can keep calling out these dodgy funds. If you are 55 to 65 and still working, you need to know about the Transition to Retirement Income Stream, the TTR. This is a fancy way of saying you can start dipping into your super while you are still working and use that money to replace the income you lose by salary sacrificing more into super.
It sounds complicated, but it's just a circle of money that ends with you paying less tax and your super balance growing faster. It is the ultimate middle-class hack for anyone over 55. If your accountant or advisor hasn't mentioned a TTR to you, fire them. Seriously. It's one of the most effective ways to boost your balance in the final 5-year sprint. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, the cost of a schnitty at the local pub. Inflation is the real enemy of your super balance. If your super earns 5%, but the cost of living goes up by 5%, your balance went up, but your lifestyle stayed exactly the same.
What actually matters right now is real returns. You need assets that grow faster than the price of milk and power bills. This usually means having a decent chunk of your super in shares or property. Cash is not a retirement strategy. It's a holding pattern. If you have 20 years of retirement ahead of you, you are still a long-term investor, even if you stop working tomorrow. Here is another one that'll make your blood boil. Check your statement for life and TPD insurance. If you're 63, the house is paid off and you have no debt, why are you paying $3,000 a year for life insurance? The super funds love to default you into these policies because they get a kickback or it's just easy money for the insurers. At our age, the premiums are sky high because, let's face it, we're closer to the finish line than the start. If you don't need the cover, get rid of it. That $3,000 a year staying in your super account instead of going to an insurance company could be the difference between a holiday in Broome or a holiday in your backyard. Every year, the government tinkers with the rules. In 2026, they are looking at everything. What actually matters is staying flexible. Don't lock yourself into a strategy that you can't change if the law changes. This is why having a mix of assets, some in super, some in your own name, and maybe an offset account, is the smartest move. The ATO is always looking for ways to grab a bit more, especially from people they think have too much. Keep your balance below the transfer balance caps if you can, and make sure you understand how the death benefits tax works. If you leave your super to your adult kids, the ATO might take a 17% cut of the taxable component. That is a massive chunk of your legacy gone. There are ways to fix this, like the withdraw and recontribution strategy, but you need to do it before you kick the bucket. The final thing that actually matters isn't a number at all. It's your head. Retirement is scary.
Seeing your balance go down when you start spending it is a massive shock to the system. You've spent 40 years watching it grow, and suddenly the trend reverses.
What actually matters is having a plan that you trust. If you trust the math, you won't panic when the market drops 5%. You'll know that you have enough in cash buckets to ride out the storm without selling your shares at a loss. That peace of mind is worth more than any fancy investment strategy. So, let's wrap this up. What actually matters for your super balance right now? First, check your investment mix. Are you too conservative or too aggressive for your age? Second, look at your fees. If they are over 1%, you're being robbed. Third, use the tax rules. Salary sacrifice until it hurts, because the tax savings are massive. Fourth, check your insurance. If you don't need it, kill it. And finally, stay informed. The rules change, and the people who win are the ones who pay attention.
Don't let the experts intimidate you with big words. It's your money. You earned it, you saved it, and you should be the one who enjoys it. If you found this helpful and you want to see more of these deep dives into the Aussie retirement system, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you really want to back what I'm doing here, click that join button. It keeps this channel independent and helps me keep the bastards honest. I'm the Retired Aussie, and I'll see you in the next one.